question is there, Reds. Do you accept 55 million euros for Alejandro Garnacho? That is the reported price coming from Italian sources that Napoli have now put on the table for Manchester United's winger. Want-away winger? Does he want to leave United? We've discussed all of this. Right now, we're discussing Manchester United's approach to a new bid that's on the table. And a bid that is in the realm of a report that said United would budge on if that did come in. We're going to get through all of that. We've got updates on Anthony Malacia and other bids for Manchester United, possible targets going forward as well. It has been a very, very busy day for Manchester United. Like, seriously, game weekend is here. Can we not just enjoy football, please, United? No, jam-packed, full of news going on with Manchester United. We've had serious developments today. We were expecting an improved bid from Napoli. Have they not moved fast on Garnacho or what? Seriously, right now, this has escalated in 2 days. And apparently United, I've heard about 3 different bids that have been turned down right now. The latest one, so keep you updated, and this has come from Tutto Sport. Obviously, again, from the Napoli side of things. Corriere dello Sport earlier on told us that we were expecting a bid to come in from Napoli, an improved bid. We've heard from Ben Jacobs and many other sources saying that Manchester United will not entertain offers between 40 and 50 million euros. Well, we've gone to 55 million euros right now for Napoli, according to them sources in Italy that I just said, which approximately works out in pounds at 46.5 million for Garnacho. And what people need to recognise here is that you're not... do you know what? I feel like I'm going to just go over all ground here and say this again, but nobody's actually understanding what I'm saying. And you know, no, everyone's entitled to their opinions on this and where we're at and what the valuation of Garnacho is. Where do you get the valuation from for Garnacho? How do you see it? Like, what is he bringing to United right now, apart from the moments from last season and brilliant goals here and there? Is there a consistent player in there? Is there a player that fits in Amorim's system there? Is there a player there that is going to be the future of this football club? Now, United have come out and said all of that is true, and they see Garnacho as a player for the future of this football club and don't want to sell him. That, in truth, is factual. That's right. United are not pushing Garnacho out of the door. They have bigger fish to fry, and there are other players that need to be moved on. Garnacho is not one of them, but they would not turn down a bid for Garnacho. I was told months ago, I was told in December, at the start of December, and I've done a show on it, you can go back on it, that Garnacho, from that moment when he was dropped from the Manchester City lineup, is up for sale. It's as simple as that. He's up for sale alongside Marcus Rashford. Rashford is done at Manchester United. I went back to that same source and I said, what have you got update-wise on Garnacho and Marcus Rashford right now? I need something more than these reports just from Italy. Rashford is done. That's what I got back. Rashford is done. He's not going to play for United. He's not going to play for United again while Ruben Amorim's there. Something serious has happened with him. Like, we're not even talking about him today, but that's what he said on him. And Garnacho, like I said, when he sold me, I said, Garnacho, if the bid comes in and United can use that money to bring someone else in, he's walking. Now, we heard about Garnacho saying that he's okay with terms, he's agreed a contract and whatnot with Napoli. 55 million euros, you're getting into a lot of money here right now for a player that is unproven and a player that hasn't really hit any form of consistency for Manchester United. Yes, he's been good, but good. That's it. And right now, I'm looking at it. I would like to have seen it above 50 million. I'm not going to lie. Like, honestly, like 50 million, I'm thinking, come to the table. You have to do a deal around that mark. And I'm only saying that because of what I've said before. I don't want to get rid of Garnacho. I really don't. I'm only getting rid of Garnacho, and this is my biggest concern. If we can use this money and buy someone else for Amorim this month, you sell him. If you can't, don't even go there. Don't even entertain it, because it's not worth it. For United right now, it is just not worth it at all. Garnacho is doing bits. Garnacho should have had 3 assists in 3 games, because Anthony should have scored from an open goal, and that game should have been made easier against Southampton the other night. He is having an impact. He's working better. He's doing more. He's doing more than definitely what Marcus Rashford is. He is having an impact, and I think he can work in Amorim's system as a squad player. But like we've said before, and I just want to reiterate what I've said before on this, if you are Garnacho right now, you're not going to be a starting 11 player. You're not under Amorim. As soon as the summer comes, you're on the bench. That's been made quite clear. His head has been turned by first-team football and replacing someone as good as Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. That is a high standing, I feel. And I think Garnacho's looking at that. They've got the Maradona effect and everything, and the Napoli and the Argentinian connection, and all of that coming. The former Manchester United player in Scott McTominay there, Romelu Lukaku there. You've got people you know. Honestly, it all works out for Garnacho, this move. It really does. Because where he won't want to go, and everybody from his side will say he doesn't want to go, everyone from Manchester United will say that they're not trying to push Garnacho out of the door. All of the rumours, all of the stories, and everything that has been said push him out of the door. And you cannot deny that. You're arguing over money that isn't valid. Where do you get the valuation from? Some people who are telling me 80 million, he's gone. What planet are you living on when it comes to 80 million? Honestly, I don't want to sell him. I'm only selling Garnacho if I know that that money that we're making right now has a sell-on clause, has a buyback clause, and is definite money coming in right now into our coffers so Ruben Amorim can invest in the squad this month. If it's not, then don't even go there. 60 million isn't even worth it this month if we cannot spend it this month. Don't bother. That's where I'm at right now. So even if they came in with 60 million right now, Napoli, if this bid, for example, is rejected and they came back with another bid, it does not matter unless that money can be spent by Ruben right now in January. It's too long to wait until the summer for this. You don't sell players like Garnacho unless that money's going right back into the squad and you're bringing in a player that is going to fit into the first 11 of Manchester United. If United have someone lined up, then go for it. I don't know if we have. I don't know if that is anything that has been worked on. I just don't think the football club anticipated Garnacho leaving in January. I really don't. I think they've said what they've said and he's available if the right offer comes in. I just don't think that they expected the offer to come in. United's valuation, yeah, that's one thing. United's need, that's another thing. And United's need right now is players that work for Ruben Amorim, and we haven't got many of them. So that, honestly, is where this deal is at right now. To keep you completely up to date, Napoli have indeed come back in with an improved offer for Alejandro Garnacho, and it is in the realm of 55 million euros, which works out approximately about 46.5 million quid. And a lot of people straight away are just going to turn their noses up at that and say, no, nowhere near enough. You cannot do business at that. I just think that we are sort of cutting our nose off despite our face. Like, honestly, I feel like I don't see at United under Ruben Amorim, and we're behind Ruben Amorim, I don't see United improving Garnacho to that level. I really don't. I just don't think that is there. And that's what I'm fighting against right now. That's where my head is actually at. I'm going to get into your comments on this, so please do get into the comments section. 55 million euros is on the table, everybody. What are we saying? Talk to me. Andreas says with a super chat, with money from Garnacho, who will buy that? Who will we buy that is better and still have left over to help fill the other positions? Seems to step backwards. Sell MU to sell Manchester United to Qatar. Bring back our club. Glazers out. Love FUTV. Thank you for that, Andreas. It's a little bit of wishful thinking. Honestly, right now, I wish we could. I wish we did have a different ownership model right now. I wish we didn't have any debt, but we do. And needs must, I'm afraid. And that's the situation we're talking about. Red Baron with another super chat. Thank you, buddy. My concern is that the money is going right back into Sir Jim's pockets and Ruben will have to work miracles. If it does, then Sir Jim's a disgrace. An utter disgrace. I cannot see it. If he's sold, the money has to come back into the football club. It really does. If it's not, then we are screwed. We are, definitely. Look, you could go out and get somebody right now with that money that is going to work absolute wonders for us. That is what has to happen. So I think United privately are working behind the scenes and looking at this and saying, okay, is there anybody that we can take in January if we sell Garnacho now? What have we got out there that we can bring in? Have we got an improvement on Garnacho ready to go into the starting 11? If we don't, then forget this deal. Forget this deal was even talked about. That's what we have to say. Because it only counts if United can reinvest. It's as simple as that. And that is the Garnacho situation right now. So we're waiting for news on whether this is even being considered at this point. If United blow this out, I actually don't think Napoli will come back in with another deal. But what I think United will do here is install the add-ons, install the extras into this, because we all know that Garnacho is not going to stay at Napoli for another 10 years of his career. And this is where United will be clever. If we sell Garnacho for 46.5 million quid, which is the same that Cole Palmer went for from Manchester City to Chelsea, let's not forget that. So when you're talking about market value, it varies all of the time because players are unproven, and that's the risk that you take, and that's the chance that you take when you're buying players at this age. So if that went through, United would have a massive sell-on clause. United would have a buyback clause as well in this. United would throw everything into this deal to make it work for United in the future. And if Garnacho does turn out to be that player, which is what everybody who thinks he's worth 70 million is, then United would get more money off this deal, and eventually out of it you would probably scrape together 70 to 80 million if he does turn out to be that player. But right now you're taking 46.5 million to put into the coffers to improve Ruben Amorim's squad right now. That's what you're doing, and that's the difference in this deal. So if Garnacho does prove his potential, he will end up going with Madrid probably. If he doesn't, then it looks like United have made a good deal right now and they've got the money in. So this is how I look at it. I look at it in a business sense, and I look at it from Ineos' side of things. And I do believe that there is more to get out of this deal. I think they will hold out. I don't think, if they turn this bid down, I don't see Napoli coming back in. At best, you could maybe scrape 60 million euros, which approximately will work out around about that 50 million quid mark. I don't see it going past that. That's where we're at right now for me. I think United can play hardball. I think Ineos are hardball. But Ineos will look at the long-term picture as well of this. Ineos will look at this and go, right, okay, can we get this money in now? Can we get another player in to support Ruben Amorim? And then can we actually get more money in the future? And the answer to all of that will be yes. And that's what they will look at. Garnacho is ready, just for the update, Garnacho is ready to accept Napoli's proposal. This is from Corriere dello Sport now. Napoli's proposal that would be his current wage at Manchester United. 1.5 million. Okay, so not even up it. Napoli are willing to pay 50 million euros. United want more. Honestly, when you look at it, you've just got to look at everything else that's going on right now and go, can we get someone else in right now? Now, there are reports coming from Fabrizio Romano about Kirkes. Manchester United are closely monitoring Kirkes and that situation there. So that could be something that United could look at and push for. I don't know. I don't know what United have got going on behind the scenes, and I'll always stick to actually looking at this and saying I don't think United actually anticipated Garnacho bids coming in. I don't. I think it was all right saying it, and I think they wanted to prove a point that no player was unsellable. But now they're coming up against it. The reality has slapped United in the face, and I don't think we're prepared for it. I really don't. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how United act. But yeah, just on that one there, Manchester United are fully monitoring the Kirkes situation. And we talked about this before regarding Alvaro Fernandez as well and his option to buy. That's just come out from Romano, by the way. But Manchester United also looking at a situation where you are, well, when you look at what's happening now, when you look at everything that's going on with the likes of like Malacia, what we spoke about earlier on, when we're talking about Malacia, we're talking about Garnacho, I'm thinking all of this money goes towards probably two players if Garnacho is sold. I think United need to make sure that they've got enough coming in on this deal to actually afford to buy two players. that they would buy in the summer. Otherwise, they won't let the deal happen. I think that's where we're at with it. It's going to be really interesting to see what we do. As I said before, I can fully see Harry Mas coming in to Manchester United's first team squad. And then if Garnacho goes, we can maybe see someone else coming in. Let's not forget Diego Leon is arriving in the summer as well. It just starts to get a little bit more complicated every single time. Kirkez's family are United supporters as well. So when you look at that and then the push, I don't know. I don't even know how much that plays into it at all at the moment. But there is also more reports regarding the Antony situation, as you can see at the bottom of your screen there. Closer after negotiations, better chance of this actually happening right now. And it's come from the Marca, who we all know where they're from in terms of publication-wise and who they cover. But just in from them says Real Betis have now made an improved offer for Antony, and it is closer to what Manchester United have been demanding. So it looks like we might be getting closer to an Antony exit this month as well. Tyrell Malacia, like we said, more sources have come out now and said Tyrell Malacia is leaving Manchester United on loan. Sources close to the player have confirmed this now as well. We did talk about that earlier on the show regarding the Alvaro Fernandez situation, but more reports coming out now from Voetbal International as well. Obviously, that being the Dutch publication, saying that personal friends of Tyrell Malacia have confirmed he is leaving on loan. He looks like he is out of Manchester United. Antony's moving a step closer. Will Manchester United accept this bid from Napoli for Garnacho? That's what we're looking at right now. That's the important one. Let's get into some more of your comments. Andreas with another super chat says, what players are we looking at to fill Rashford and Garnacho spots? We don't know, mate. That's the problem that we've got right now, and why it seems a bit silly to get rid of everyone and have no one coming in. Why not buy the striker at Sporting now and lend him to Sporting until the end of the season? It kind of defeats the object, doesn't it? Like, we need someone now. We need someone who's going to improve Manchester United right now. And that is not doing that. I understand what you're saying. It's like secure him ahead of everybody else. Do a bit of clever business there. Maybe you can do it that way. But still, whichever way you look at it, anything that's sold from United now is hampering our chances of getting into the Champions League. So if anything was to happen in big sales, and we're only talking Garnacho right now, if we're talking Garnacho leaves, someone has to come in this month. And I don't think United are ready for it. I really don't. And that's just my honest opinion. Fedja says that last year Garnacho was worth 100 million. Now 70 million plus, no less. I don't know about 100 million, mate. He really wasn't. I don't know where people get these ideas of numbers from. That's super chat from Fedja. Thank you. Another one from Red Baron says, if Ruben's happy, I'm happy. If he's not, I'm not. It's a good point. I think that's where we need to be looking in all of this. We need to make sure that our manager is actually on board with this. And if he's not, then you don't bleed and sell him. If he is, then we back our man. It's as simple as that. The only player I wouldn't want us to sell is Ahmad. And any of the others, if the right money comes in, send them packing. What about Casemiro? It's gone quiet around him. It has, Kev. Still waiting for news from Saudi. I think it's going to be a busy end to the window. I think it's going to be a busy old 2 weeks now with regarding the transfer window and what's happening with Manchester United. But I do honestly feel like now Malacia, Rashford, Antony are starting to move closer. In terms of Rashford, I think he will still end up going, from what I was told earlier on, with me being concerned about him possibly staying. And then I was told by that same source who said he's in trouble and definitely going to be sold, come back and said, look, he's gone. That's the word around Manchester United, apparently. And I think we can just look at that one and say, look, at the end of the day, Marcus Rashford, Malacia, Antony, are they really going to be missed if we sell them in January? Would they have contributed significantly? I think they would have contributed. I've said this already. I had high hopes for Malacia. I thought he'd be more important than Luke Shaw was coming in for Ruben Amorim. I really did. Antony, I thought, could have filled in at wing-back situation and helped us out a little bit there. Give us an option. Give us a little bit of legs and energy on that side. Marcus Rashford had given all up hope given hope up a long time ago for him. He's not going to give United anything right now. And again, if this is the only month you can get rid of these players, even if you had to send them out on loan with an option to buy, just to get them out there, to get them on the market again, then you're looking at the obvious answer staring you in the face. You've just got to get it done. We're looking at the long-term future for Manchester United here. The quick fixes is everything that we've spoken about and bemoaned for years at this football club. So right now, no, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, look, if it has to happen in January, it has to happen. But there has to be a plan behind it. If Ruben's aware and Ruben knows, and he knows what's coming, and it's for the betterment of the future of this football club, then we go all in. All in. Has to be. We cannot be waiting around. We cannot be just hoping that these players actually turn up for United. It's not going to happen. It really isn't. And with the news of Garnacho and everything else going on, and all, like, everybody's reporting this, it is all coming from Tutto Sport, Corriere dello Sport as well, having their piece on this. Where am I at right now? Do I think Garnacho is going to go? It is significant interest in him, isn't it? It is. I honestly don't know where I'm at. I am full on 50-50 right now with Garnacho. I just don't know. That's the honest answer. I'm really stuck on it. Like, in terms of like what I want to happen personally, you all know. Like, if Ruben Amorim wants him out and he can bring someone else in and the money can be used, yeah, go for it. That's fine. If not, then don't sell him, for God's sake. But in terms of what I think will actually happen, so my head over my heart, 50-50, I really cannot make my mind up about this. I didn't expect Napoli to go so big so quick. Some will say it's not so big. But I reckon if that goes up another 4 million, I reckon Garnacho is done. I reckon he's gone. I really do. And I think United need to look at this and say, look, okay, Ruben, if this is the amount of money, is there a player there within what we've recruited so far or what we've looked at or scouted? Is there a player there that can come in right now and do the job for you? Is there two? We could actually go out and get a left wing back in Alvaro Fernandez and a number 10 in Jonathan David if we sold Garnacho right now. And I know you're thinking, Jonathan David isn't quite the bit. He wanted more than that. But he does offer us a lot. He does. I don't know what he's thinking. I'm just throwing names out there. That would be my thinking. Are United doing the same? I don't know. Like I said, maybe they had future plans and didn't want to sell Garnacho. They wanted to wait this out until the summer. But every single angle you look at on this right now leads down Garnacho looking to leave and United actually really considering this. The bids keep coming in. Are they going to stop? Is this that one that we spoke about earlier, which was the transfer warning? This is it. We're not going any higher. Is this the Napoli bid now that says this is it? This is us all done, finished. Someone said I'm clueless. Why am I clueless? Context, you muppet. Come on. If you're going to have a go at me, I can call you a muppet for not even explaining why. Is it just because you don't agree with my opinion, maybe? No. Napoli really want Garnacho, it seems. Yes, it does. Anybody who is just asking how much is the bid, I can see it from sub-bids there. The bid is 55 million euros for Garnacho right now, which works out in pounds to be 46.5 million quid. So, what do we do? No, Alex, in terms of what I was saying, 4 million more makes it 50 million quid. That's what I was saying. Sorry if that worked out in a bit of a mistranslation sort of thing there. Please forgive me. But, yeah, honestly, Mr. Dacia Sandero says, we surely can't let both Antony and Malacia go. They are not our future, but they are our players that we need to use. Where are the replacements? We have to keep at least one of them. See, the replacements I feel, and this is why we did the show earlier on, the replacements I feel are in the academy. That's where they're at. I think Amas comes through. I do believe United would have a target in mind for that number 10 role to cover Garnacho. I don't know who it will be. And that's the problem. It's the unknown that kills you, and you're not convinced by it, are you? That's how it always is. That's why it always is this way with Manchester United. Morgan says, if Nacho goes, then sell Rasmus as well and get a top-rate number 9. Don't know who, though. A top-rate number 9 we know is going to come in the summer. We need that to happen. Please give the video a like, everybody, as well. We're creeping up to that 200 live mark. We've got little spot videos coming up all the way through today. It's just been absolute bang, bang, bang. Updates, news, and everything going on. Throughout the day, we have heard that Barcelona want Marcus Rashford to drop his wages to move to them. We've heard that Napoli are going to come in with another bid for Alejandro Garnacho. That bid is now in and is worth 55 million euros, which approximately works out at 46.5 million quid. United have not come back with any response to this yet, and we haven't heard any response in terms of reports either on this. We're hearing also that Malacia has been told on Friday that he is going on loan. He is no longer wanted at Manchester United. Multiple clubs are in for him. Another report just this evening has said that Malacia's close friends have also confirmed that he is leaving on loan from Manchester United. He's a goner. Reports from Spain are saying that Real Betis now have also upped their bid for Antony, which is a lot closer to what Manchester United actually want to loan the player out from now until the end of the season. So we've got big updates on 4 Manchester United exits right now in Rashford, Garnacho, Malacia and Antony. There's only Garnacho that I feel United fans right now are really concerned about or bothered about. They don't care for Rashford. They don't care for Malacia or Antony. Players that just have not featured for this club or give us anything over the last year. You could probably add Marcus Rashford to that as well. But Garnacho is a player that really is at the forefront of everyone's minds right now, whether he is the future or whether he's not the future of this football club. And I think that is the debate right now. I can feel people in the chat actually arguing with themselves. Is he worth that? Is he worth more than that? What about if Manchester United sold him right now because Ruben Amorim doesn't get any more out of him and his price goes down? Then if he does get that value that we think he actually is at Napoli, we've got a sell-on clause because he won't stay at Napoli and we get more money later down the line. But is it not safeguarding getting 55 million euros right now, definite, and then maybe getting more in the future if he does hit that potential? Go. United might add add-ons to the actual sale to Napoli. This is all within, I think, right now. And we need more detail on this actual bid, the context of it, and what the stipulations might be in it in case there is any add-ons which add up to 55 million. Look, if it's straightforward 55 million euros as a transfer fee, I think United are coming in and trying to get more out of them for it. And I think they will get more. I really do. I don't know how much. I don't know if they're going to be able to stretch it out anymore, but I think there will be stipulations and all sorts within this contract, and United will rinse Napoli later down the line as well. But if this meant that Ruben gets a player in that he wants to use, does the United fan base have to follow that and say that that's what our guideline should be? That's what we should be looking at more than what we think Garnacho might be worth? Because let's be honest, it's a big effing if with Garnacho, isn't it? There is nothing there to tell you that it's a guarantee. We're looking at this as an academy player. We can't sell our academy players, surely. He is the brightest thing that's happened to United in years. No one was saying that 2 weeks ago. Everyone was saying just sell him. And when we found out about him being left out of the squad, a lot of people turned even more on him. So that's how I look at it right now. I just think people have got their valuations a little bit higher than what the reality is of the situation. But I'm open to more chats. Shoot me down, everybody. I'm here. Here we go. Let's get in there. His place isn't going down before the summer. His price isn't going down before the summer. Club's completely losing its way selling off our best youth products. Is it? Really? Or are we just dealing with the aftermath of the reality? Again, I keep saying it. The club's losing its way with selling our best academy players. Is he our best academy player? No, he's not, is he? He clearly isn't. It's Kobbie Mainoo. That's the future of this football club. Is Garnacho the future? Well, you could say he might be the future of this football club, but Ruben Amorim's the future of this football club, and he comes before any player. So, if United accept this, you have to understand that this is Ruben Amorim saying that he is happy for him to leave. And what would you say then? If United sell Garnacho for 55 million euros, I'm directly asking the chat right now live, if United sell him for 55 million euros, you will know, with that sale going through, that Ruben's okay for that player to go. Would you be okay with it then? If Ruben said yes. Because clearly the club have come out and said, look, we're not trying to push him out of the door. They're the facts. That's there for everybody to see. But if he did go and went for 55 million euros and him going was enough for you to know that Ruben was going to get that money to reinvest back into Manchester United, would you be okay with that? That's the question I want to ask the chat right now. Would you be okay? Yes, if Ruben was okay, says we can compete. Back Ruben. Yes, I'd take 30 million for him, says Blitz. Amorim is the boss. If Ruben says yes, I'm happy, says Skiliano. Yes, back the manager. So why are we looking for only 60 million? Why? Well, we're for 60 million for him. We're just trying to play the game. We're trying to get as much money as we possibly can, obviously. I think United's valuation is a lot lower. Honestly, like, when we were talking, just coming through into the turn of the year in December, and all the reports were coming out, and everyone was saying Garnacho 50 million, and we'll sell him 50 million. Nobody batted an eyelid. Honestly, nobody in the fan base. They were all on board with it. That was the number going around. All of a sudden, we're 3.5 million off this, and everybody's like, no, it's not enough. It's not enough. Everyone's just getting cold feet all of a sudden. Why has it changed? Like the comment just said then, his price isn't going to go anywhere until the end of the season. No, it's not. But has his price actually moved from where he was at the start of the season? It's not. If anything, Garnacho's value has gone down this season. So, going down with the appointment of our new head coach, who is the best thing that's happened to this football club, surely you would look at that and go, right, there's a reason, because he doesn't fit in with what Ruben wants. And is his value ever going to get higher than what it is right now? It's not. It really isn't. I don't see it. It might at another club, but then United will be in a position probably with a sell-on or something like that. Miguel Delaney has come out with more news as well, everybody, talking about Manchester United's pursuit of a left wing-back. Now that Malacia is gone, we're going to get more news coming out. We talked about Alvaro this morning and what they call it, Paul Ojo, the publication in Portugal, saying United are considering triggering the buyback clause for Alvaro Fernandez. Now, Miguel Delaney has come out and said that Manchester United are looking at Ryan Ant-Nouri for the left wing-back position. That has also come out right now. We talked on that yesterday, and in being a player that Ruben Amorim really likes and wants. So, Ant-Nouri is definitely a player United are looking at. Ant-Nouri is a player that Manchester United would definitely be better with in the side than what we've got right now. I think we can all agree to that. But that's another deal. For instance, if United came in and managed to get this deal done because we sold Garnacho, would you be upset? Maybe we promoted a couple of youth players. We talked about Obi Martin and Harry Amass this morning. Would you be okay with that? That's another thing that you've got to consider and look at as well. But Ant-Nouri, I'm definitely taking 100% taking him if that deal comes up. But we will see. This is going to develop and develop and develop. And I will be back later if there is any more developments on this story. I will have you covered. But that is it for now, everybody. I'm just wrapping up the show there. Thank you so much for everybody being in the room again. I know there's football on. I do appreciate so many of you coming across. Well, the game is actually on as well. Thank you so much. Loads of shows today and loads of content. It's been a mad one, hasn't it? It really has. Please subscribe to Forever United TV. Make sure that you have hit that like button on the way out as well, everybody. And yeah, let's see what happens through the night. I will be back. Obviously, if there's any news in transfer window season, it doesn't matter what time it is, I'm live. Thank you, London, right at the end there for that gifted membership. Thank you all the contributors throughout the day as well. That is it for today. Of course, unless something does pop out tonight, I will be back live again. covering everything for you. But for now, that is it, everybody. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and I will see you all 8 o'clock in